let's connect. Sorry, a little behind schedule here. Let's see what we got for it. So June 23rd, 2019 should be connecting soon for the live stream any second now. So sorry, just try to get everything together. It's been a little crazy month so far. June 23rd, 2019, live stream, Fear the Walking Dead filming news. Spoiler warning, obviously, if you're catching up on the replay, don't want to ruin anything for you. It says spoiler warning in the title as well, but people will always be like, what are you talking about spoilers for? So what do we got going on? Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Mark, Janet, Legancia, everybody that's joining me today. So I'm excited for it. A bunch of people have already seen the episode because it's kind of cool that AMC is doing the AMC Premiere thing where you can watch it 48 hours ahead of time. I wonder if that's really working out for AMC to do that too. You know, it's one of those things where you're like, is it really worth it to get AMC Premiere? I don't know. I don't have it. But a lot of people that have it, they love it. They do like the idea of that. So if they continue this with The Walking Dead in October, I might have to get AMC Premiere. I might have to get it early because people get to watch it early and it's pretty cool. And a lot of people give me information and spoilers and stuff about it. And it's pretty awesome too. So thank you guys for joining me this Sunday, June 23rd, 2019. I'm going to talk about The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, a little bit of comic stuff, a little bit of book stuff, a bunch of things on there too. As always, super chat, top chat, all that. If you want to post something there, it's always welcome to it. I just want to talk about The Walking Dead right now a little bit because it should be filming. They should still be at Jekyll Island today, June 23rd. They were there yesterday for sure. They were there setting up on Friday the 21st, and I'm not sure if they're going to be there Monday or not, but they are on Jekyll Island. And if you know what Jekyll Island is, it's a place in Georgia where they filmed Oceanside's beach scenes in season 7 with Cindy, Rachel, and Tara in season 7. And it's pretty awesome that it's being used again. Is something major going to happen there? I think something could happen there that sets up Michonne, Oceanside, another group, Magnus group, a bunch of people there too, because Oceanside should play a bigger factor this season, and I hope so. They're not the biggest thing, in my opinion. They're not the biggest group, but they are a part of the show, and I think they should be used a little bit more, right? So Oceanside will be seen again. I think we'll see Magnus group used there too. We'll see probably, I think the word is that Connie and Kelly, so probably Luke and Magna and Yumiko also, if they go together, which they probably should, and I think they will. Then I believe it was Jerry and Ezekiel were seen going there as well. Cindy was supposed to be around town. Also, Norman Reedus was around as well. But Greg Nicotero and Norman Reedus were seen around Jekyll Island at like a bar. They weren't there on set. So I'm not sure if they were filming, if Greg Nicotero is the director, if he's just doing K&B effects stuff or not, what's actually happening. So Joey the Gator Q&A, when does The Walking Dead come back? Like, do we have a date in October yet? Nothing yet. It'll probably be at earliest next month at San Diego Comic-Con, which is a month away. Less than a month away. I believe it's July 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. So if we go look at the calendar, it'll be Thursday the 18th it starts. The Walking Dead panel is usually on the 19th, that Friday, and then the 20th and the 21st, the convention's done. So I would assume that it's the 19th for the San Diego Comic-Con panel information and there as well. So hopefully we'll get some more information about Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, comic stuff, spin-off stuff, Rick Grimes movies, because a lot of people want to know what's going to happen with the Rick Grimes movies. When are we going to start filming? When are they going to come back? When are they going to be shown? When are they going to be on AMC Premiere? AMC? That's another thing. AMC Premiere might be the spot to see the movies early. I think that's a good way. If AMC wants to get some more Premiere subscribers, they should do that as well. I don't know if it's worth it or not because when stuff comes out early, it gets passed around even earlier. I usually watch the episodes on Sundays, but if you can watch the episodes on Fridays, then a lot of people can watch it around the world, and then they send it around town, and then people might miss out watching it on actual Sunday, and I don't know. It's probably better to watch it on AMC Premiere with no commercials, and it's definitely probably better as well. So let's see. By Alicio Friatas. Q&A, an unpopular opinion. If there was a crossover, do you think the Fear group should have been Magnus group at the end of Walking Dead 905? If a merge was to happen, that would have been a good intro. I like Magnus group. I don't think Magnus group needed to be Alicia's group or Strand's group or something there too. Magnus group is part of the comics, and I do like the comic coming to the show in whatever shape, form, or fashion they're going to do it. Remixes, twists, turns, there's going to be those for sure. But I think Magnus Group is a group that can be good for the future of the show. Now, a lot of people are like, how is the show going to continue on? It can only have so much more, right? We lost Rick. We lost Carl. We lost Sasha. We lost Glenn. We lost Abraham. We lost a lot of big characters. We're going to lose Michonne because of the Night Guerrera going away. But is that going to be a big part of the show that Michonne goes away? Yes or no, but you still got Daryl. You still got Carol. You still got Negan. You still got Jerry, Ezekiel if they're still around. You still got Judith. You got a lot of characters. Magnus Group, Yumiko, Connie, Kelly, Father Gabriel, Rosita, Eugene. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. But there's a lot of people there, but can they carry the show? Mental. Hi, PT. Do you think CRM has something to do with Georgia? The early thing is, I don't know. I think CRM has something to do with the government. A latest theory. A couple people have brought this to my attention. Most recently was today. Janet actually messaged the PT channel Facebook group, and she said about CRM being Charlotte related to it. So I don't know if that's something related to with Charlotte, because if you go back to season 9, episode 5, when Rick was hallucinating, and he's got the bloody hand, and he's looking out the windows, and the birds kind of transform, they make kind of a helicopter kind of thing on there too. Some people are saying that is Charlotte. That is the Charlotte downtown skyline, and it's some buildings of Charlotte, I'm guessing North Carolina, because that's the only Charlotte that I'm aware of, but there's probably other Charlotte cities, but Charlotte, North Carolina. That could connect with around the government area in there too. So is it Charlotte research something? I don't know what it is, but it's just kind of an interesting thing that's going around as theories. So remember, I said this before in April. This is going to be the summer of speculation. Summer of speculation, big time. What does CRM mean? What does the symbols mean? A and B. What is it going to be? What is going to be with the, different theories of this and that and Rick and Jadis and Heath and where did they go, right? It's just all these different things that are going around. People don't know specifics, and people are going to portray that they do. Will the Fear group connect? We could possibly see a connecting point a little bit more in tonight's episode of Fear the Walking Dead. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard some good things about it. It's an interesting episode from what I'm hearing and what people have told me, but the very end, you got to watch to the very end as always, but it's going to be a setup thing for the CRM group. There should be a little more answers here and there, and hopefully it explores more and more of the story for this group. Why this group? How this group? When this group? All those things, because the timelines can be a little confusing too for a lot of people. Boyd, Q&A. If Daniel disappears again, do you think he has another safe zone all lined up and will later resurface to help our group? I think so. I think Daniel will stick around. I don't know if Daniel disappears for a couple episodes or we'll see him again in the second half. Well, spoiler warning. Daniel was seen in a behind-the-scenes photo for episode 515 or 516 because it was somebody's birthday. I'm not remembering who it was, if it was Jenna Elfman's or somebody's, but it was one of the cast's birthday, and he was there. And he was in the back, in the trailer or something with a picture, and he was one of those pictures. So I'm not sure if it was old or when it was actually taken, but Daniel should be seen again at some point in season 5, and I hope he sticks around. I like Daniel a lot. I think Daniel is a character that is interesting for the show, and we need more of that too, especially with this warehouse of goods. How did he get it? Did he really do all that by himself? Maybe, maybe not. Daniel could. Somebody could for sure. But it's just a cool theory, interesting that's going around. I like it. Joey the Gator, Q&A, do you think we'll get Beta versus Negan in season 10 from the comics? I hope so. I think Beta's going to fight somebody again, right? He fought Negan in the comics, but he fought Daryl on the show. I personally don't want him to fight Daryl again. Been there, done that, saw it. Okay, on to the next one. I want Beta to fight. It would be pretty great if Beta fought Aaron and somebody else. Because if you know the situation, Beta fights Negan in the comics. But was that the fight with Beta and Daryl? Maybe, maybe not. But Beta fights two other characters in the comics later on. It's Jesus and Aaron. Jesus is gone, but Aaron is still there. And I hope that he was taught some major stuff, and we saw that. So it wouldn't be a plot hole. It wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't be like, wow, that doesn't make sense, right? But Beta could fight Negan. He could fight Jesus or Aaron. It could fight both of them. That's what I would like to see. I would like to see Aaron and Negan team up to beat Beta. Because if Negan's going to stick around, and if he's going to be a big person for some story arc, let's get some good story arc here too. And I know a lot of people don't like Negan, but a lot of people like Negan. And I'm on the fence with Negan. I like some things. I don't like some things. I like kind of the anti-hero kind of aspect for him. But if he's on our side and he's fighting the Whisperers and Alpha and Beta and all those people, let's put him to use. Put him to work. Let's get him going on our team, right? Frankie Setter's Q&A, do you think when we see Cindy, just jumped on me there. Sorry. When you think we will, do you think when we see Cindy, it will be a flashback episode showing what happened to her and where she has been? I don't think so. I think she's going to be at Oceanside, and that's what it's going to be. We don't need any more flashback stuff. We don't need minor character flashback stuff. If we need a flashback something, we need Beta. We need a Beta backstory. We need a little bit of a Negan backstory. And we don't need a backstory of a flashback of like smaller characters. We don't really need that too. Cindy, just where you been, running Oceanside, where you been for the past couple years, that's okay with me. Rachel there, you can have the same actress who was seen in episode 915. That's fine with me. 11ism Q&A. It's actually kind of a theory I want to run by you. Are Fear the Walking Dead and the movies possibly heading to an endpoint? For this iteration of Walking Dead within the next few years, I hope Aya probably is. But I think it's coming together. I want the universe to stick together. I want The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, the third Walking Dead show, and the movies all to be in the same universe. They don't have to be kind of a big thing. I think it can be a big thing for just the universe to come together. It doesn't have to connect in one big harmonious pot. But there should be little things that make sense to be like, oh yeah, that CRM is those people, and that connects with Rick and Fear the Walking Dead and Jadis and Father Gabriel, on there too. I'm still waiting for Father Gabriel to tell everybody about Jadis and the helicopter. And Negan's like, oh, you saw that helicopter too? And Father Gabriel's like, what? You were there? And he was like, sure was. Oh my goodness. Something, right? Come on. Can we have some of those moments? And not to say it's not going to happen, but it needs to happen on there too. So Janet, of course, you're welcome. Thank you for the message on there too. James Galagos thinks CRM, civilian ran military. Could be. Just like A and B is like alive and bitten and another two. And I like the theories. Don't get me wrong. I just kind of want to get some answers for it too, like just all of us. We want to know what's going down, how's it going down, and it's just one of those things that we got to get some answers. So, Commando Explosive Q&A. Who do you think Beta will kill in the comics? We saw Gabriel getting a brutal death on a ladder. I don't know. That's the big question. I think somebody asked this question last week, and I think it was a good portent, or I think it could be Gage. I think it's someone from Hilltop. I don't think Father Gabriel does it because Father Gabriel is not like a wimp now. He's kind of a leader, part of the council. Eugene, not really kind of a wimp that he was back in the day. I think it's going to be a smaller character that wants to help out. He's going to be like, I can do it. And Gage is the kid that was with Addie and the other guy. I always blank on his name, but either way, Eddie, I think his name was. But either way, it was the three kids from Hilltop that met Henry, and I think that the survivor of that is going to be like, we got to get him back. I can do it. And then he freaks out, and then boom, gone. I think that would be a good death for that character. And, could be, Eduardo, could be Cal, could be the guy with the long hair. What's his name? I'm blanking on his name. Who was the guy that was in season 9, episode 1, that was with the other kid that got killed with the long hair? Begins with the G. I'm blanking on it. So I think it could be him as well, too. It could be if they want to do something there, too. But I don't know. It's a big question there. Xmas Girl 304 Q&A. If Maggie returns, do you think we are going to get her backstory of what she's been doing since exiting Hilltop? I hope we get something, right? I hope that she comes back and saves the day with Georgie and part of a militia that comes down. Because if you know the comics, the character that's Marco, that's it. Thank you, Greg. Marco. I was thinking Gustavo or something. I don't know why I was thinking that. But Marco he could be the guy too, because if Marco was shown a little bit more, I think that could be as well. So I think that would be an interesting way for it. So thank you, Greg. I couldn't blank. It was one of those brain fart moments where I couldn't remember on there too. So, but Xmas Girl 304, I think that Maggie comes back and saves the day, and I want to kind of know what happens where she was, and maybe we even see a little bit of that area too. I don't know how close the community is, but if Maggie's coming back, it needs to be in a big way too. So I think it should be awesome too. So let's talk about Fear the Walking Dead. I didn't really talk about it at all, even though the title says Fear the Walking Dead Season 5 discussion. So let's talk about Fear overall on there too. So I think that we got an interesting season so far. Some of it's crazy, some of it's good, some of it's over the top. So, like, what did you think of the Dwight holding up the axe moment with John? Cheesy, funny, campy, cool, over the top, interesting, zombie kill of the week. Like, what do you think was pretty cool with that too? Like, I think it was kind of a little on the borderline of cheesy, because Dwight's got this bad arm and he's like, and he holds it up perfectly and then bing, and takes the 2 walkers out. It was kind of like, did it need to happen? Does the show need to have those things? I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. It's memorable. Like, we're going to remember that, right? But it was a little much like, come on, a little crazy too. And the walkers are kind of stumbling around. It's just like, run around them a little bit, right? You don't have to, like, the cars are like there and there. They're pretty close to each other, and they can't get to it on there too. So it was like, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's interesting. Janet, Q&A, Brian. I really think Kelly will be killed. Who do you think will kill her? Alpha, Beta, the horde of walkers. I don't want to see like Beta kill Kelly. I wouldn't want to see Beta like kill anyone unnecessarily. Like, if it's in a fight and it's part of the battle or something, I could see that happen. And I don't really think Beta does anything that huge, besides the Father Gabriel when he slices open his guts. It's pretty awesome. But other than that, I mean, it's kind of just a fight that he loses, and it's kind of like not a big thing. But I don't want to see that happen. I would rather see the horde of walkers where Kelly tries to save Connie or something, or save somebody else and pushes her out of the way, and then she's like taken out by a bunch of walkers. I think that's what I would want to see there too, because that horde is coming towards Alexandria and or Hilltop. So we'll see, hopefully, some big parts of it. So, Joey, do you think Fear the Walking Dead characters will connect to the Rick Grimes movies? I think so. I think that's the connecting point where everybody comes together is the movies. I don't think Fear's going to The Walking Dead, and I don't know if any more Walking Dead characters are coming to Fear. I think that's the kind of the spinoff that we need. We have the Sherry Dwight story, we have the Morgan stuff, we have the John, June, all that stuff, the new storyline with Dylan, Max, Annie, and those kids, and we'll see Daniel, and we'll see this stuff on there. That's enough, right? Unless I would like to see Walker and Crazy Dog come back, and maybe even Proctor John. I could see that come around too. And if Proctor John was a villain, that would be cool. But if you didn't see season 3, you'd be like, who are these people? Who are these characters? Well, you might be saying that about Daniel too if you didn't see the previous seasons. But, it's one of those things where I think everybody comes together. The merge point is the movies. And I think that would be kind of interesting too for it. And I'll be okay with that as long as it's done in a right way. That's what we got here. So... Oh, man. Xmas Girl says, I saw a live video that Angel Theory did on Instagram the other day. She is officially auditioning for other roles on new shows. Okay. That's not a good sign. If someone is auditioning while they're filming another show, that she might be kind of taken out in an episode this season. Oh, man. She could be taken out by the Horde. She could be taken out at something that happens at Oceanside. Man, so it'd be pretty crazy, too. So, I don't know what's going to happen. T-Ray Q&A, think we will get megahertz in season 10 like the I think so. I think that's what we saw with Alpha's group and the bunch of walkers there too. So I think it should be pretty great. Anybody get a chance to go over to Jekyll Island? Anybody live around Jekyll Island? Anybody know anybody too? Because a couple of people I'm friends with on Instagram and Facebook and everything, they are there. And I didn't get any updates and reports yesterday about it. I really wasn't on my phone much. I was at my wife's work party, so I was trying to do all that stuff last night and whatever, so I really didn't get a chance to do much with that. So I'm kind of interested to see what was there. You can see some of the props and the setups, and I would love to go to Driftwood Beach there in Jekyll Island. One day I have to get over there. I got to get all these vacation points, and Jekyll Island is supposed to be very nice. So didn't know if anybody got a chance to get over there or not. So Danny Grace, are they back filming around Sonoya this coming week? I don't know. We don't know exactly where they're filming now. I know they're supposedly doing Jekyll Island filming today, potentially tomorrow, and then we don't know. They may take a little break or something for it, but I'm not sure. So what you got here? Joey the Gator, do you think season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead might be the last? I don't think so. I think they would let us know if it's the last season. It's the final season. They don't want to end stuff like that too, especially with this universe, because it's definitely connected with the Walking Dead universe. Now, I don't think they'll let you. I don't think they would do that to us. If it was going to be the last season, it will probably be everywhere if it's the last season of Fear the Walking Dead, which I think we'll get one more season. I personally think that we're not going to meet Sherry until the very end of the season, which will set up season 6, and then maybe the Rick Grimes movies there too, because it has to be, it's still behind the timeline of when Rick went away. So if it's been 4 or 5 months at the beginning of the season, hopefully a little transition here, and then maybe by the end of the season, it'll be about that year time jump, so it'll be on par with when Rick went away. So before that, Rick, because I think that's where ultimately they're going to meet everybody too. So is the Rick Grimes movies, which I'm okay with. Where's the question? Janet Q&A Brian, what about the kids on Fear? Are they acting on their own, or is there an adult in charge that we just haven't seen yet? That's a great question. I don't know. We're going to find out a little bit more about them in tonight's episode. We're going to find out about Annie, Max, and Dylan and their group a little bit more. I just don't really know about the child soldier aspect of it, the children of the corn kind of thing that we saw in season 9 of The Walking Dead. We're going to get a little more of that on the show, and hopefully these kids are good. I wouldn't want to see them turn into more of Jocelyn's kids. I would want to see them be useful and helpful and kind of grow for the future of the show and connect there too. But what if Sherry is behind this whole thing too, right? What if Sherry is the adult that is running these kids? I don't know. I don't know. There's no way to tell if there's anybody there, even though there's a camp with all these dead walkers in cabins. These kids will probably be around there too, and I just don't know if who's involved or not. I would think so, potentially, but, you know, this is kids being kids, I guess, too, and maybe they came up with the idea all themselves, and they're staying alive on their own. That could happen as well. Janet Q&A, Brian, what about the kids on Fear? Just answered that, sorry. Commando Explosive Q&A, what do you think is next for Lydia? Could she be Carol's adopted daughter in the future? Would she kill her own mother, Alpha? I don't know. That's a good questions, Commando. Lydia is, do you want to see Lydia be adopted by Carol? I don't, because Carol's kids don't make it. Sophia, Henry, don't do it. Don't do it. Lizzie, Minka, don't do it. Can't do it. Lydia, be your own character, be your own thing, and if she has to go against Alpha, I don't know if she could take out her mother. That would be pretty tough. I don't care about a show or not. If that's terrible, I don't know if you could do that or not. I mean, you probably could if it's bad enough in the certain situation. If Alpha's going to attack you, you got to protect yourself. But would Alpha take out Lydia, and would Lydia take out Alpha? That's a big question. But that's good writing, in my opinion. If two sides are come together, which side are you on? Just, I don't know. That's pretty cool. Q&A, do you call them herds or hordes of walkers? Well, a herd of walker is smaller than a horde. A horde of walker is a big, big group. A horde is like several herds together. A herd of walkers is a smaller group of walkers is the terminology that I've looked up for my book series to stay in the same realm of writing, that's what I go by. I go by that a herd is a horde is a bunch of herds together, or a herd is a smaller group of walkers, is what I think. So if Fear was canceled, do you think the character should be saved and transitioned to Walking Dead? I don't think it'd just be canceled. I think they would go somewhere else. Maybe they're in the Rick Grimes movies. I think they're a thing there too. And the summer shows, you can have less of ratings because the summer is tough, and the Fear of the Walking Dead is a summer show, so you don't have to have that many ratings to stay alive and stay on air. I think Fear of the Walking Dead has enough people watching it that it'll stay on for as long as it wants, and hopefully it's been more and more interesting to a lot of people. I don't know the ratings. I don't really care what the rating numbers are. I just care about good quality television, so hopefully it makes sense that way too. So I think if it got canceled though, I think they would transition to the Rick Grimes movies, and that would be cool. Joey the Gator, who do you think will die this season on Fear the Walking Dead? I don't know. That's a good question because, I mean, I don't really see much of a storyline for Luciana. I've said it a bunch of times, but I don't know. John or June, I think, is something between the two, and I think June's going to go. I like John a lot. I think Althea could go away. I don't think she gets killed. But Morgan's not going anywhere. Dwight's not going anywhere. Alicia's not going anywhere. Strand, I think he'll stay. Strand or Daniel, but, I don't know how it goes. Amelia Christina, by the way, enjoyed the first book in your Fight For Us series. Can't wait to order the next. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Amelia. That means a lot to me. It really does. And the book series is my baby, just like Robert Kirkman's Walking Dead, that's his baby. The comic is his, and the show, the spinoff there too. The book series of mine, Fight For Us, is the sticker right here. I'm probably way off, but Fight For Us is my book series, and it's 9 books now. Book 10 will be out in October. My wife did her, read through. My read-through, my final read-through is going through now. I'm changing a couple of things. I'm editing a couple of things. I'm going into it a little bit more, and it helps me with writing of personal experiences, and I've had some personal experiences recently that'll help me with my writing in the upcoming book in October, let alone down the series. So if you haven't already, guys, it would mean a lot to me if you check out the book series. I don't make all the money from the book series. Amazon takes a cut, the publishing takes a cut, and then I get a small percentage of it. And I'm not doing it to sell, make millions off the book series. I'm doing it because it's kind of therapeutic. It's kind of an interesting story. It's kind of if you read the book series, I'm basically loosely based on the main character. And my friends are loosely based on the main characters of Ryan. Ryan's the main character, and then you have Sean, Matt, and Phil, and then a couple other characters come along. My wife, Lauren, is in the book. It's all loosely based in a fictional story, but it's like, it means a lot to me too. So it's kind of like myself and my friends coming together in a fictional zombie apocalypse story, and hopefully you do enjoy it, and it means a lot to me because when my writing is there, it's personal, it's emotional, it's connected, and there's been times that hopefully it comes out on the paper because I've gotten upset or happy or excited or all the emotions that I'm writing on the paper when I'm doing it too. So, on the Word document, not on the actual paper, but hopefully you feel that as well. So I appreciate it, Amelia, and everybody else. I know Mark has checked out the books and a couple other people too. I appreciate it, and it means a lot to me. It means the world to me for sure. So Mark, sorry my little tangent there, but I could talk about the book series all day. So I was thinking about in a month or so, I'll talk about a little bit of the Fight For Us series as well as talk about a couple things here too. I don't want to talk about down the road books because not everybody has read all 9 books. And some big stuff happens in the books, and it's supposed to. It's major turning events in them. And we'll probably stick around the first book just because a lot of people have done that too. So I wouldn't want to, spoil anything for that. But I want to talk about it with people who want to talk about it because I do love the book series and it means a lot to me for it. But Mark, Q&A, do you think there is more going on at the nuclear plant? I hope so. We were introduced to Grace and the nuclear walkers, and hopefully there's a little more to it, But, I made the video about Dwight, and I had the thumbnail. It asked the question of pointless, and I didn't mean it as what is he pointless on there too. It was meant as, did we really need it? Did we really need the Dwight story for this season? Because there's a lot going on, right? You have the helicopter people, you have the nuclear walkers, you have the kids, Max, Annie, and Dylan. That's a lot going on. Plus Logan, plus Daniel. That's 5 things going on. Plus you add Dwight in the mix for a 6th thing. That's a lot of stuff going on there too. So it's kind of crazy too. So, Eddie, episode 5 will be about Althea and helicopters. So yeah, it's cool. I hope so. I hope you're right there. I hope Spoiling Dead fans are right, and they usually are. They're usually on point, and they do an amazing job for sure. So there's a theory video that says John dies, Boyd. So yeah, I think a lot of people are saying a lot of things, but John could sacrifice himself for June. That could happen. And if John gets killed off, I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna be kind of pissed if John got killed. And take that back. If John gets killed, I'm gonna be kind of pissed because I like John. I think he brings a lot to the show, and we're like, man, that kind of sucks. He brings this kind of different flavor to it. So sorry, I flip-flopped my words there before. So apologize for that. Q&A: Could the PPP card actually have been BBB movie tie-in for Heath? It could be, but it was kind of right side up where the marker would go, where it would sit, where you see the flat part. So I'm going with it. It's PPP, the electronic, on there too. So, 11ism Bride, can we order the books direct from you? No, actually, they are actually on Amazon's website. The books aren't made; they get printed when they get ordered. So it's a save space kind of idea. So I like the idea of that too, because if I bought 1,000 copies of my book, they'll be sitting in my man cave or somewhere else and waiting there. Then it could get damaged or this or that too. And if Amazon, not every country, but a lot of countries have Amazon, and if you order through them, they can ship it out to you right away, and it can come to you in a couple days, and they print it when it is there too. So you can get it all over the world in a lot of different countries for sure. So it's a great thing, and it helps out with everything too. So, yeah, Amelia, you can get it Barnes & Noble as well. You can go through Barnes & Noble as well as a secondary thing for that, but Amazon and Barnes & Noble for sure on there too. So, Amelia, when you get to throughout the series, there's something wrong with, I don't know how it's being ordered with Weaponize is a book that's later on down in the series, and some people can't find it. So if later on, just let me know how it goes down for you for that too, because I'll have to redirect you to another thing. And it's actually under the first one for it, because the first book is called The Beginning, and Weaponize is the 6th or 7th book. I forget the order of it exactly, but it's there too, so, for sure. So, let's see, Louis, do you get good sales for your books? I don't even know actually how many sales I get. I get paid at the end of the month through them, and I get a percentage of it so I have Kindle versions. There's paperback and digital versions. Kindle is definitely a cheaper way to go, and it's better for a lot of people, especially if you have Kindle Direct. You can get it through there, and I tried to set it up through there because not everyone's a paperback kind of buy. But if you have a Kindle, you can just order it that way, and it's much easier for a lot of people, and you can get all the books at a better there too. So yeah, yeah, Preston. No, I wasn't saying that the white is pointless at all. I know you're joking, but I know some people took it that way, and I'm just saying, was the point of the story for Sherry and all that too to be added for this season, because it's kind of like it's a lot for this season as well too. So Sleek Q&A, do you have AMC Premiere? I saw the episode on Friday, and I see no reviews on the episode on YouTube. Does this have to do with a rule not being allowed on post? No, I mean, you could post whatever you want. I don't have AMC Premiere. I'm going to watch it today and then do a review on it. And not everybody has AMC Premiere, but I posted the spoiler stuff on Saturday morning. People are posting stuff online when stuff comes out the Thursday before the release of movies. And they're like, what does this mean? What does the ending mean? What is this? It's like, it didn't even come out yet. Post-credit scene, people don't even see it yet. What are you talking about? A lot of the big channels like to do that too. So it's just kind of crazy. So Joey the Gator, did you see the sneak peek for next week's episode? They showed it already on AMC Premiere. Hint, hint. It has some major stuff to do with CRM. Not saying nothing, just asking if you did. I have not seen it at all. I have not seen the sneak peek at all. I haven't even seen the episode for tonight's too. So I have to wait to see on there. Do you guys think Dwight moved to Fear because he was a big hit on The Walking Dead, or because he is a great conduit to the movies through Fear? That's a great question, Danny. Dwight is debated on why he actually went there, because Dwight Austin Emilio was involved by being there. I don't think he had anything to do with the actual tragic accident of the stuntman, John Bernecker. He was just there at the sanctuary or on set when they filmed part of The Sanctuary, I want to say, when John Bernecker, had an accident and was fatally gone. But people are saying that Austin Emilio can't film on The Walking Dead anymore because of that, and here he's got to go there and there. But I don't know. I don't know what the actual answer is, but I think it's a good stepping ground to connect Fear the Walking Dead to The Walking Dead universe, and Dwight and something we're familiar with. So I think that's kind of a little more on par with what I think as well too. So the third show is about two little girls. One is good and one is bad. It strains the relationship a lot. This stuff has been in the news and on PT Channel. Someone's reading about that, Eddie. Yeah, I don't know. People are thinking a lot about the spinoff. Could some of these people be in the spinoff? But I don't know. I think it's going to be a whole separate thing with the spinoff stuff of the show. I'm not sure if it makes sense for any of these characters to be in the next spinoff show or not. I know a lot of people are thinking it could, and it could, but I don't know. Gimple's not really giving us much on that. You know, what's new right there. Do you think Wendell's wheelchair tire can get Guts caught in it and he would get stuck and he gets killed? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Wendell. That would be kind of crazy if he gets in a precarious situation, but he's got those knives and stuff coming out the back, so he hits a thing and then boom, takes that out. But I don't know. I think he would put himself in a situation that he's going to stay alive. I don't know. How do you think he would really go? It's kind of asking a lot that he made it this far, but I think that he's a character that can be on a fight. I think Wendell and Sarah are good for the show. We haven't really seen them much, even though we're going to see them in tonight's episode. We're not going to see Dwight, John, or June in this episode, but we'll see Charlie and Strand and Daniel and Sarah and Wendell and Morgan and Alicia and Dylan and Max and Annie. We're going to see them in tonight's episode, but it's interesting as well, too. So, James, what do you think would happen if the Whisperers ran into the Sabres during All-Out War? I don't know. I mean, they probably just would have been mowed down. I mean, it's kind of convenient that the Whisperers come around and everybody comes around when all the bullets and the guns or everything are at a minimum. Well, the guns are probably still there. Well, a lot of the guns are probably destroyed when Eugene used the messed up bullets. So it probably blew up a lot of the guns. But I guess they could be fixed and repaired. But it's kind of convenient when you don't have a Browning machine gun and a rocket launcher and a bunch of guns and a bunch of things on walkers that basically stumble towards you. And basically their thing is to get closer to you than to take you out. But if I got a big old machine gun and I'm just like mowing everybody down, those Whisperers are going to run pretty far away, that's for sure. Or they'll fall to the ground or something and get trampled. But I don't know. That would be kind of interesting. Maybe we get to see that in the war too, for sure. Yeah, Slick, I'm not worried about AMC Premiere. I could buy it if I wanted to. I just choose not to, and that's just my decision. Joey the Gator, are you planning to buy the AMC Premiere in the coming future? And why does The Walking Dead show only so season premieres early, but not the rest of the season like Fear does now? So think about your question right there. Obviously, The Walking Dead does not need the help. Fear the Walking Dead needs help by AMC standards. They don't have nearly as many viewers as that too, so if they can entice you to buy AMC Premiere with a better perk, you will get it to watch it 2 days earlier. You'll be able to watch The Walking Dead premiere one day earlier? No, I guess it's a day. Yeah, it's a day earlier typically, but it's a premiere because they don't want to give away too much on there too. If something is so great and so there, you're not going to give it away for free. You're going to get it for what it's there too. But Fear the Walking Dead can use some help, in my opinion, and that's why they're trying to do it too. So I don't know if that's what the plan is or what, but it's interesting to see that I might get AMC Premiere when The Walking Dead comes around. And also, if you have TWD rewards points, you can use some of your rewards points for, I believe, a free month of AMC Premiere. So you wouldn't even have to pay for the first month. If that sticks around and there's not really that many good rewards, I might have to do that for sure. Even though I'm trying to get the tour. They had the tour before with as a reward point thing. And then they closed it off for for so many. It was only for 1 day of it, and now they have the company that does the studio tour for that too. So I'm still hoping they do a studio tour with that. So hopefully we'll do that. But I like the TW rewards points. I'm coming up close to like 40,000 points or something. So I want to use it on something awesome. CBK 210 Q&A. Do you think the new third spinoff show will be in the North and Central U.S. because we already saw the Southeast and West of the United States? Well, they're filming it in Virginia, so I don't know if it's going to take place in Virginia in the storyline, and they're filming it there, and it's going to take place somewhere else, or what. But they're going to film in Virginia, so that's still on the East Coast here. So I don't know what their plan is for it too. So. Tamara, first time can't watch. My Belgium peeps in the house. Where you been, man? I haven't seen you online. I haven't talked to you in a while on there, too. Janet Pedersen, Q&A, Brian, do you think we'll see Logan again, or is that story just over? Well, Janet, I hope we see Logan, because that is some crap if his sole purpose was to come around and just take the denim factory back, and the group doesn't go back, and they're like, yep, that's it. Nope, done. I hope Logan is there again. I hope he is more important than just to take his denim factory back, because I don't want to see... the show needs a villain, in my opinion, too. And like people ask, like, why does it need a villain? Why does it need this? Because it does. You need an antagonist versus a protagonist. You need a main character and a point to be around. And we haven't really seen that much of survival stuff, and it's on there as well. And it's like, I don't know if it's going to be interesting there, too. So, Amelia, great question. She said that I heard the third spinoff name is Typhoon. Anyone else heard this? Well, Typhoon is the book that's coming out about Robert Kirkman's The Walking Dead, and Typhoon takes place in China. And that's actually a book by, I think, a best-selling author. I'm not sure if he's from China or Chinese or something there. I'm not sure. But that's the book that's coming out October or November. It's called The Walking Dead Typhoon, and it's going to take place in China and be how they survived or are surviving the zombie apocalypse over there. So pretty cool. Joey the Gator. Man, Joey the Gator's killing it with the questions here. He's got a lot of questions. Q&A, do you think Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead will be filmed out of Austin, Texas? Well, they're filming in Texas all the time, and I don't know how much they have actually filmed in Austin, around Austin. I've been to Austin, and it's pretty cool. Keep Austin weird, right? You know, that's their saying of the city. But I think they could still film around there unless they're coming back more east, farther east, and still going there. They're going east, man. You know, get it? Morgan East, man, get it? We'll see if that happens there too. So he's making dungarees, yeah. Logan's like, yeah, man, I gotta make all these jeans for everybody, getting them ready on there too. He's frantically making all these jeans, and he's like, man, I gotta send these out to people on there. So, what you got? Question, Eddie Q&A, Brad. Did you see the pictures of the mall they were filming on for 5B? Very darn idyllic. Yes, that's back half of season 5 on Spoiling Dead Fans had it up, and I think it was an actual like abandoned mall that they actually used. And I think there was like a carousel or something. Pretty creepy. And I love the Dawn of the Dead stuff. I love that too. And I love the idea of using a mall and a warehouse and a big like Sam's Club and stuff like that too, like a bulk food place. And I love that. And that's why it's in my my book series, because it makes sense. You know, it's something that's like the epitome of a zombie apocalypse. You know, like if you're a zombie apocalypse person, you're like, where would you go? And the funny answer always is Sam's Club or Costco or something like that too, because it's like you close up, you lock it up, they got food, they got shelter, they got energy, they got power, they got generators, they got a bunch of stuff, they got medical supplies, they got everything you need. You could live for years in a Costco or Sam's Club or something like that too, or a Walmart or something like that too. That would be pretty great. But I like the idea of that too, and I'm excited to see what that's all about. And I wonder if the first half of season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead is going to be much different than the second half, or vice versa, because it's just going to be one of those things that you're like, man, they've done that before on The Walking Dead, where the first half of the season, and even Fear the Walking Dead, season 4, you had the first half of it and the second half, and they were pretty completely different, if you ask me, for sure. Mark, great question. Bri, do you think Morgan will get his staff back? I don't know, because I kind of want him to, because that's his weapon. I want to see him get his staff back, but he's got the metal pole, so it's the same thing. So I kind of want him to get his weapon back, because that's his weapon, but there's just no word on it yet. And we have to see Grace. Grace has to come back around, and I don't really know how much we see of her anymore there too, so for sure. But I want to see Morgan get his staff back. Let's see what you got here. Julie, not always, though. I like to see more survival stuff, close calls, Walker. Yeah, no, I mean, you got to have, a survival aspect. The survival of the show needs to always be there, too. That's why I love the zombie apocalypse genre, because it's survival. What would you do here? What's more important? Shelter, food, water, people, weapons. How do you put it all together? How do you survive? Who are actually the problem? People or the walkers or the elements or the environment? What is actually the biggest problem? And you got to have a little bit of each one on there too, in my opinion, on there too. So, Tamara, a lot going on with my health lately. Missed you guys. I hope you're feeling better too. I hope Mark's feeling better. I hope everybody's feeling better too. Trust me, I've had a lot going on too. And the one thing I've learned in my life over, 30 some years of existence is that it's not all good and it's not all bad. You have ups and downs, ebbs and flows. And when you got good moments, they're going to be followed by some bad moments. And when you got bad moments, they're going to be followed by some good moments. It's that sinusoidal wave, that up and down, peaks and valleys on there too. It's one of those things where you just got to brave the storm. You got to keep it going the best you can. And I'm going through some tough times myself on there too. And I wish you guys all the best with everything on there too as well. I know a lot of people are going through a lot of crazy stuff. And, last week was one of the craziest times of my life. And, it carried over to house stuff I got to worry about now and losing a pet. And it's just like, man, I don't know what's going to happen with the future of things, but I'm ready for June to get out of here. Not the character June, the month of June, right? I'm ready for June to get out of here and go to July, 4th of July coming up, and then August, because 4th of July is Stranger Things is coming back, and some movies are coming back on there too. And then August, it's going to be super hot and crazy, and then we'll be back to football season, college football season, NFL, stuff coming back. And then we got October. I got a trip going planned. We got The Walking Dead coming back. And then when October, November, December comes around, it's like holiday season. It's like, yeah, life is great. Cools down a little bit too, So, I just know I've been there for you guys too, and you guys have been there for me when I've had crazy moments and some crazy things and some ups and downs. And, I don't even know, last year, 2 years ago, whatever it was, that hurricane that came around and just nuts. And I couldn't get online to talk to you guys to be on that too. I didn't have power for like 4 days. It was just nuts. And that's stuff that happens all the time. It's not even just me. I just had to deal with it a little bit. So it was kind of feeling like a zombie apocalypse as well too. Like if you've ever had to deal with a natural disaster, flooding, tornado, hurricane, everything like that too, it's kind of crazy. Like the world keeps going, but all this stuff happens around you that it's like, man, I lost power. I don't have electricity. I don't have food. I can't get to the store. There's nothing around me that's there too. Or you had a disaster where you lost part of your house and it's just nuts. And it's like, man, I can't believe stuff that happens like that too. But if you can weather the storm and get through it, the old adage is what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I don't know if that's true or not, but it does change you. It does make you hopefully a stronger person mentally and physically. Like I can overcome anything because you can. And there's stuff that I've had to deal with in my life and you've all had to deal with it. And it's like, man, I can do it. I can get through that. I can get through this. I lost loved ones and pets and family members and friends. And it's like, man, you got to be happy for what you do have. And I truly am. And in a zombie apocalypse, I think it would be that way too. I would be definitely that way too. And I was joking with my wife because she was getting ready and for the party last night, for her work party. And I think I'm going to do like a stand-up or sit-down comedy thing here on the channel, but I'll share a little bit with you there too, right? And my wife's getting ready, and she takes way longer for me to get ready, right? Guys, it takes a woman they have longer hair, and they got to shower, and they got to shave, and they got to do this, and they got to do that, and they got to put this on, and pick outfits on, and different shoes, and all that stuff. And I'm like ready to go, right? And I feel like a zombie apocalypse would be like a bunch of guys yelling at their wives and girlfriends and significant others to be like, come on, we gotta go. The world is ending. These zombies are coming. We have to go. And they're like, no, I don't, what am I going to bring? I got to bring this bag. I got to bring this. Should we take this? And you're like, no, leave the coffee maker. Get this out of here. Come on, we got to go. That's what I feel like a zombie apocalypse would be like. Like, come on, And it was just a funny thing with, her getting ready for the party. But I was like, man, it would be like this. It would be like everybody trying to survive too. So, but I just thought that was pretty funny. So sorry. Let me just jump back on here for some questions. Going to go for about another 10 minutes. And then I got to do laundry and all this stuff and get my Sunday going on there too. So, what you got? Eddie's got some stuff going on there too. So yeah, I'm excited for the back half, man. I'm excited for sure. Rams Q&A. What do you think the border is surrounding? Maybe a major crash site or a huge dump pile of thousands of dead walkers that the kids don't realize. I don't know. Hopefully it's pretty awesome. Hopefully it's a big payoff for this border of walkers and a bunch of walkers on there too, and they're all tied up, and they're all thing there that we're going to have something major there as well. Like, what are these kids trying to keep out? People, threats, stuff. But what do they have there that's significant for them to want to keep their life? What are they trying to keep people away from? I don't know, too. Commando Explosive Q&A. Do you think that Daniel will be something big for the Fear the Walking Dead, or is he just added for a few episodes? I hope it's something big. I mean, Daniel, to be honest, he was in the first season and the second season and the third season. And then we didn't see him for the fourth season. So Daniel's an OG of Fear the Walking Dead. So he's definitely one of those people that hopefully sticks around. And he's not just filler. Well, I hope not. I mean, again, I don't know. I'm not the writer for the show, but I would think that he's a big part of the show. And I like Daniel. I like Daniel's demeanor. I think he's not demeanor. I think that it's a better thing for the show to have him around. I hope he sticks around for sure. So, Xmas Girl 304. How much info do you think we are going to get at San Diego this year? For sure, season 10 trailer, Rick movies, new spinoff news. Great question, Xmas Girl. I don't know what they're going to do too. I think this is going to be the year that Denai Guerrera says this is my last season. Like last Comic-Con was Rick, Andrew Lincoln's last season. Denai's going to be like, this is my last season. And people are like, oh, Denai's going away. Michonne's going away. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going. I could still be involved. I could still be around. I'm not going to be on the show, but there's spin-offs, and there's another show, and there's movies, so I could still be around. I think that's what Denai's going to say. I'm sure that's what Gimple's going to say, and Angela Kang are going to say, and that too. But we're going to get the trailer. Well, hopefully we'll get the trailer for season 10, The Walking Dead. Hopefully we'll get news about Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, if it's going to happen or not. Spin-off news. They're going to start filming in July, so maybe they start filming already. I don't know if they're going to have a panel or something there. They probably won't, but it'll probably be mentioned in the panel for it. Hopefully we'll have some news about the spin-off, but definitely the movies. They need to talk about the movies a little bit, because last year was Andrew Lincoln's last thing of San Diego Comic-Con with the Walking Dead show. Will he be there for the movie talk? Will he not? I hope so. I would love to see Andrew Lincoln there too. I miss that guy. I miss that guy on interviews. I miss seeing that guy on the television show. Andrew Lincoln can be there and people will love him, and I think it's going to be great for sure. So I hope that it's movie news, the trailer, a little bit of spin-off news, and then hopefully news about Fear the Walking Dead Season 6. Because by that time, hopefully it'll be back for the second half of Season 5, but they could greenlight it or not. I don't know. So, but the Comic-Con will be here before you know it, and I'm excited to see the trailer. Hopefully it's good, but some of the trailers have been great, and the seasons have sucked, and hopefully the trailers have been okay, and the seasons have been great. So I just hope it's decent, and we get some good information too as well. I hope that makes sense. Got a good stuff on there too. So I forgot to tell you guys, thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to talk about Fear the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead, and have you guys joining me here. Super chat, live chat, top chat, all that stuff too. Patreon page, check out the book series, all that good stuff. It's always welcomed on there as well. To Melanie Ritker Grubb, and has there been viewer witness proof Madison gone or just assumed? Madison is gone. She's not coming back. It's not the best way. It wasn't the best writing. It wasn't done the best way. But I don't see Madison ever coming back on the show. But maybe, you never know. I highly doubt it, but there you go. Joey the Gator, do you think we'll learn more about CRM and they mean and what do they do? I hope they find out. I hope CRM is answered. I hope we get more information. Hopefully Althea gets more information next episode in the first half of Season 5. Maybe in the second half, but again, it could be first half, second half kind of thing. I don't know if CRM will carry over into the second half of Season 5, but I think that it'll be interesting to see what CRM actually means. Is it connected with the government, Charlotte, contamination, something? I don't know what they're going to be, some government program. There too. Jasmine, I think Heath will be seen in the movies, if anywhere, the Rick Grimes movies. I think Heath will be there. Boyd, what if the Walker barricades are an attempt to keep people away from that mall? Could be. That's pretty interesting, Boyd. I never thought about that. But the way it is, though, it's a perimeter. So what's in that center? It could be a mall. It could be. But all the roads are kind of going there and whatever. I mean, that actually would make sense if it was a mall or something they were trying to protect. But why were the kids going out to hunt for the deer? I guess they didn't have much food left in the mall or something there too. But because when we saw Dylan and Max, they were trying to kill a deer. So they were clearly hungry and low on food. But I don't know. That's something that could be. That's a good theory, though, Boyd. We'll hopefully get a little more answers coming up. But I like that idea, too. James, Q&A Bride, does the group have enough guns to let them fight the Whisperers in Season 10? The guns aren't the problem. It's the bullets. So Eugene needs to make bullets and more bullets and functioning bullets and good bullets. Janet Person, Q&A Brian, do you think we'll get to see an epic scene with Negan and Carol? They never met, and I want to see Carol's reaction to meeting him. I do, too. Carol didn't meet a lot of characters. Carol never met Negan. Carol never had a storyline with the Savior kind of things there, too. And it was like, I want to see Carol and Negan interact. I would have liked to see Morgan and Negan interact, but that didn't happen too. But I hope so. I don't know what's going to happen with these characters, but we are starting to dwindle down on a lot of big characters. I mean, from the original series, we only have Carol and Daryl. And Rick is still there, but Rick's in the movies. So Morgan is on Fear the Walking Dead, so he's not there. So Carol and Daryl are the ones we have left. And then we got Maggie in Season 2, so hopefully she sticks around and comes back in an epic way. But I don't know how they're going to all coexist, you know? So, yeah, Amelia, I hope they don't do Daniel like they did Morales. I hope so, too. That thing was just like, well, that was like the early writing, and they didn't know what to do with the character in there, too. But Daniel needs to go away and come back, and I hope Daniel is a bigger part of Season 5. It's just not a couple episodes. Rhett Brown, Q&A, if the Fear the Walking Dead group makes the transitions at Rick Grimes movies, do you think they will get a lot of interactions with Rick and play a key role in at least one of the movies? I hope so. I hope Morgan does. Because I don't know if everybody would go with Morgan. Morgan might take one or two people. I could see like Althea and Morgan going there. But I don't know who's going to survive, who's going to make it. But I hope so. I hope Fear the Walking Dead characters have more of a role in whatever they do, but I just don't know what we got to. Yeah, Eddie, I saw Greg Nicotero's Instagram, and he has the mold for the original Jaw Shark, and it's pretty awesome. I mean, what a life if you can just get cool stuff like that, and then just your hobbies and your things are just making awesome masks and stuff for movie props and the Jaws shark and Predator stuff and stuff. It's like just, man, what a job. What an awesome life. I mean, that's pretty awesome too, for sure. So I got that with Madison on there too. Got the thing there, question there too. Legancy Q&A, what if the kids escaped from CRM and the borders protect from people going through it? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with CRM. If they got a helicopter, where is the main base? Where is the main location? Is this it? Are they going somewhere else out, or is this a small group that ventured out to another location too? So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but that's a great question too. So I don't know. CRM could be connected with Sherry, or Sherry could be connected with CRM. The kids could be connected with CRM. So we'll see the kids see the helicopter pilot, and they're kind of scared. So they're not really liking that too. So they may have had some interaction with the CRM people before. So that's a good question too. So, of course, Boyd, thank you for answering good questions, and Janet and Xmas Girl and everybody else too. It's awesome. I thank you for the questions and the interaction and being a part of this community, this group, this channel, everything too. Xmas Girl 304. Any news on Andrew Lincoln's directorial debut? I don't know. That's a great question. I haven't heard anything about it. I've seen Andrew Lincoln in Instagram posts and people have shared it, and he's been in Europe. He was in Wales, and he was in London, and he was in here, and he was in there too. So he hasn't come across the pond to Georgia for any reason yet. I wonder if he's going to go to San Diego Comic-Con. I hope he does. That would be pretty awesome too, because if Andrew Lincoln's there, that'll bring everybody to watch and see and everything there too. So hopefully they fly him out. That would be pretty great. So and maybe he could talk about the movies on there too. So. what you got for that too. So go for a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna get out of here for that too. Janet Q&A Bride, do you think Lydia will survive? They killed Carl, they killed Henry. They will have to change her story a lot if she lives. I don't think they'll kill her. I think she'll live on. She'll be connected with Daryl and Carol. I think Lydia is connected with her own storyline now too. I don't think she's going to be have that whole storyline with that. I don't know what her future romance kind of thing is with anybody on the show. I think she'll just have a different kind of show story, which is kind of cool. James Q&A Bry, how do you think the Whisperer War unfold in The Walking Dead? I think the Whisperer War comes when Alpha, Beta, and the Whisperers and Walkers come marching towards Alexandria and Hilltop, and it goes down, it gets crazy, and all out Whisperer War is pretty awesome too. So Joey the Gator Q&A, do you think CRM would be more involved in the Rick Grimes movies? For sure. I think CRM needs to be involved with that. I think CRM is going to be connected with however they want to do it too. And I think that's the Rams question, replace the Commonwealth story. I don't think CRM will replace the Commonwealth story. I think it'd be a connecting point of that. I think if anything, well, again, I'm not the writer for the show, but I would do it as they're a branch of the Commonwealth if they're going to do it, because Commonwealth, CRM, it just makes sense, right? So Commonwealth Republic of the Miltons. I don't know what CRM could actually stand for. So you could come up with theories all day. You could have CRM meaning a million different things too. So we got that. And boom, it's good. And the answer this boy to be my last question. Q&A, do you think John will go into clear mode if something happened to June? I don't know if John would go like crazy, but I think he'd be really upset. I think he'd be firing those guns all over the place. I think he'd be taking out walkers and just be really pissed off. And he would definitely kill the person. If a person killed June, he would definitely take that person out for sure. No doubt about that. And Xmas Girl 304, do you think the Whisperer War arc will last the entire season? I hope not. I would love for it to actually just be the first 8 episodes or 6 episodes of the 16 episodes. I don't want to see the Whisperer War to be the whole episode, the whole season. I personally wouldn't want to see that. So thank you guys for joining me today, June 23rd, 2019. I appreciate it. You guys are truly awesome. Enjoy tonight's episode of Fear the Walking Dead, Season 5, Episode 4, titled Skidmark. That's the cat, Skidmark. I want to know why that cat is named Skidmark, by the way, too. I don't know if that is a great name for a cat or anything like that too. It's really not a good nickname either too. But thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And remember guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories. And as always, you can do it. See you guys.